Hello, hello. Happy Monday. We're back. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I didn't do hardly anything this weekend. I worked on the jam game a little bit, trying to solve this annoying bug. Didn't really get anywhere with it. Kind of annoying. Really want to finish that game up. Kind of stuck on a weird collision-shaped bug. But that's not what we're working on this morning. This morning we're working on our FTL-like. And last week we got all of the refactoring done to accommodate the new TileMapLayers. And the behavior we're getting is kind of weird, and I think I have some idea why. Sorry, as always, I'm allergic this morning. Walked around a lot yesterday, and I think I made myself kind of allergic. Alright, so I think part of the problem is this seal and floor function. We really only want to do these. We only want to do this if, like, we only want to seal if we know that we're below 0. And we only want to floor if we know that we're above 0. If we seal when we're above 0, we'll just get 1 immediately. And if we floor when we're... Well, I actually don't know what'll happen with floor. But as my suspicion, yeah, I suspect that if we floor when we're below 0, we'll just get -1. And we're trying to do the opposite. Makes me think we'd probably be better off just truncating. Like, is that just a better way to do it? Instead of doing a check. Like, if we cast... Where do we make a... Yeah, here we go. Constructs a new vector 3i from the given vector 3 by truncating the component's fractional parts. Rounding towards 0. That's just essentially what we want to do. I think that provides us the behavior we want. We should just truncate. I don't know why we're bothering with all of this. Say something like variable cutaway truncated. Just call it accumulator. Make that vector 3i and just pass in. Actually, we could just say, probably don't need to break out the different components. We just pass in the vector 3. Could say variable ticked over or under. That's just, we're just checking to see if accumulator truncated not equal to vector 3i dot 0. I don't know why I bothered doing this over or under ceiling and floored thing. It's just like a worse way to do it. rid of that for a minute. And then so I'm gonna mess up this microphone mute at some point this morning. I'm like muting and unmuting so quickly just so I can hide my allergies. So please let me know if I'm just muted. He says, checking to see if he's muted. All right, so we don't care about any of this. We just want to see. We don't actually need this Boolean here. We just do this check in the conditional. Then instead of this, we do cutaway accumulator is vector 3. And then we'll just say cutaway accumulator dot x if we'll say 0 if cutaway accumulator dot whatever. Let's just say it stays the same if cutaway accumulator dot x is the same as 0 or dot is approximately equal. Can I just say is 0 prox? Is that also a global? Yeah, 0 prox. Else 0. But we're not checking for anything. I do love getting rid of conditionals. Or if is it not? We can't check the accumulator. We have to check the truncated. There we go. So if the truncated value is approximately 0, then we don't worry about it. We leave the accumulator. We let it ride. If it is not approximately 0, we reset the accumulator. This way, the accumulator only ever ticks over by 1. Okay, let's get rid of everything else. All right, so that should work better. We should get more consistent behavior. I think the accumulator was kind of wigging out before. Why isn't this just like a plus equals? Am I making a whole new... Whatever, who cares? Alright, let's see if we get some decent behavior now. We're just trying to peel away the different layers of this ship. Wow, that's special. Hey, Robotech. Okay, so that part, like, I don't understand why the visuals are doing what they're doing. Must have flipped it upside down somewhere. How's it going? How was your weekend? Maybe I should just print the like truncated value for a moment just to sanity check. Make sure the problem isn't here. Okay, 0. Okay, so that we're going up for E. Going down for that. Maybe happening too fast. See, there's only 5 frames between the accumulator ticking over. It seems like too fast, right? 5 frames? Like almost 1/10 of a second, assuming like decent speed, right? Not 1/10. Yeah, not 1/10. 1/6 of a second. 1/10 of a second. I don't know. It's too fast. I'm not good at fractions. But whatever. That I can live with at the moment. What I'm really curious about is why... Let's go look at the ship. And see what's up with the... what's going on with this is highest level stuff. Alright, it was good. You got the robot skull completely built. Nozzle clogged and filament guard broke. Oof. Well, can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs or whatever, right? But that sucks. It all got busted up. That's cool. Robotics is super cool. I would never really got into robotics beyond like the original old there were like Lego robotic stuff. Their original foray into that. It was kind of clunky but very cool. All right. So, I don't think it's even happening here per se. It's the level's logic about when it should hide the layers. Because right now... And now it's not doing anything. It's even weirder. You really did. You picked like the 2 coolest hobbies. Alright, so it's hiding something. Like it's picking a layer and it's hiding it, but it's not hiding the layers above it. Maybe I need to print the coordinate. I need to just print this index. Highest level index plus accumulated ticks.z between 0 and the ship level count. Okay, that seems good. Let us... First, let's just print out what ends up being the highest visible level index. See if the problem's there. Just flush this problem out. You were being sarcastic. I think it's cool. I mean, I think one of the big problems of game design, I mean, unless you're into board gaming and stuff, is there's just a lack of physicality to it. Okay, so it's just 3. It's always 3. Okay, 3 is good. Then we start going down. Okay, we go down. And then that's when we start going back up again, that's when the problem is. Okay, so it's calculating the index correctly. It's just some of the behavior in terms of visualization. But robotics is cool because there's such a physicality to it, is what I was going to say before I like cut off my own thought. Sorry, I'm over here just like sputtering and sneezing, and it's not good. This spring has been rough for me. Okay, something here. So if cumulative level index is not equal to the highest visible level index, yeah, it won't be. Highest visible level index is highest visible level. It's false. So are we not doing something here that we're supposed to be doing? Allergies are rough for you too. That's what I'm hearing from everyone. I think, I don't know, just this year was weird. I think it was that very wet winter. I think everything is just growing like crazy. I even live on the coast. I like live like half a mile from the ocean. So I almost never have allergies. Yet they're really bad for me. All right, so I'm suspicious of this because setting this Boolean false is supposed to trigger some secondary behavior in the levels, like in the ship levels. Like it's supposed to just say this whole ship level should be like invisible now. Yeah, here is highest visible level is level, and then visible is. So if the highest visible level index Oh, no, the ship interior. So the parent's highest visible level index. That's greater than our level height. Did I do something stupid like I didn't set this correctly again? No? That's... Maybe I reversed this. So the highest visible level index is greater than or equal to our level index. Yeah, we should be visible. Yeah, that's... super weird how this is happening. You're 30 minutes from the coast, sort of. It's helped me a lot. I grew up more inland, and I always had the worst allergies. I like wanted to die. I just like wouldn't leave the house for like weeks at a time. Moving to the coast really helped me a lot. But anytime I go back, anytime I go to like San Jose, or even especially like the Central Valley, I just like start to die again. Yeah, I cannot. Okay, so this is perplexing. Layer stuff shouldn't have anything to do with it, because if we make the parent not visible, it's just called visible. What's happening is this sort of thing. It's like picking a level, making it invisible, but not making the levels higher than it invisible. That's peculiar. Because we step one at a time, because we go one step at a time, it should always... Oh, it's not being... I see. No, I see. This is never going to be... This is never going to report differently. I think. Oh, no, it should. Because we reset this when it's no longer the highest value. So as we go down, we do call this. We call it here. Say the highest visible level. Are we not setting a default highest visible level? We are in ready. Okay. Oh, we're not setting an initial index for this. Oops, I'm an idiot. Okay. This should be an export variable. For now. Oh, wait, no. We're setting it right here. It doesn't need to be an export variable. Huh. Well, the mystery. So ship level count is ship levels dot size. And the ship levels is set by going through our children. The highest visible level index is that. So 3. Then highest visible level, ship levels, highest visible level index. We grab this one and we say you're the highest visible level. Okay. Cool. So we grab the topmost one. That's the one. Then anytime this gets called, we should make, if we're going down the list, we should make everyone above it invisible, but we are not doing it. That is not the behavior that we're seeing. We're actually only seeing this behavior as we're going up. Super weird. Are we doing anything down here? No, nothing down here could overwrite that. Okay. Continuing to search here. Very weird. Yeah, we go down and nothing occurs. Let's well, back to just printing stuff until we figure out what the fuck is going on. Things don't totally work the way I expect them to. Trying to combine these things. Will this work? Not work. Okay, so I have to call this on the object. Okay, I don't know how to do this in GDScript. All I'm trying to do is take this value, add this little bit of string to it, and then add another value. Why doesn't that work? It works trivially in like most other languages. Oh, we have an add, so I'm going to look up how to do this, I guess. Oh, do I need to use this placeholder? Sorry, I was just going to say, that seems kind of dumb if I have to do it that way. Like that? Is that like not essentially what I'm doing? Is the problem that I'm just not making a variable for this first? No. I just expect to be able to just add this stuff together. But yeah, maybe it's not realizing that this is a string. I mean, the way I saw that they did it was like using whatever. Was using the like the percentage S sort of deal. Like I would basically say like I would do this, and then I would have to like define. I mean, I can't do it like this. I'd have to define the string and then define the values that I was substituting in here. That seems not ideal. I guess maybe I need to convert them to string one by one and then plug them in. I don't know. It doesn't seem to work super well with primitive types or like structs. It seems to be trivial if I wanted to say like self, or if I wanted to put like a node, if I wanted to grab a node like highest visible level, that would work because they're nodes and I guess they have a better implicit, I don't know, whatever. Who cares? I don't need to do it this way. You can just do them as separate prints, which is really stupid. I'll learn a better way to do that someday. But now I'm just trying to see. So 3, okay, so 3 becomes 2, 2 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0. So that all works. Then when we go back up, 0 becomes 1. But 1 is the one that's being made invisible. Now 2 is made invisible. Now 3 is made invisible, even though we're at 3. Okay, so the behavior is very wrong. Maybe it has to do with this. Maybe it has to do this lazy way I've done this here. So I'm doing this, and then I've got an assignment, and then I'm doing this again. There's no problems with the inputs. The problem is with how these inputs are being interpreted. So it's making invisible the actual level. Very weird. Oh, I need to set the highest visible level index first. I'm a fool. Because we're actually referring to this. This is a problem. It was maybe less of a problem and maybe just kind of bad form. This is highest visible level setter is dependent on knowing this highest visible level index, and I wasn't setting the level index before I was calling this. That is where the problem is, I think. And that's why we're kind of getting upside down behavior, I think. Wow, dying. Slightly dying. Alright, that should fix it. Alright, we got it. We're now able to step down into the lower levels. Okay, that version of the cutaway does not seem to be working very well. Okay, there's still something super weird happening. I just tried using the other... Okay. The X and Y is behaving super weirdly now. Let's slow this down. Just slow everything down. Okay, so that's not the problem. The problem is the direction. As I'm trying to peel away the layers of the ship horizontally, it's just clearing the whole layer, which makes me think that it's setting an incorrect maximum or minimum, which is done here. I think I'm using the cutaways wrong, because I had a minimum and maximum before, and now I'm doing it with a single extent. Minimum, oh, that should be right. The minimum should be the X, and the minimum should be the Y, and the maximum should be the Z and the W. Oh, but I need to flip these because this is ridiculous. It needs to be upside down. Still not right. Okay. Beat this one back up again. There's still something funky going on here. So its minimum starts out, its minimum values start out as the integer maximum, so that's fine. Those should be reset. Or maximum start as the minimum, the integer minimum value. So these should be reset because this is minimum, maximum. And then we go through the tile map layer and we reset. We actually find the actual extent limits. Do we not then set the default cutaway chords to be those limits? We do not. Okay, initialization problem. Oh, OBS disconnected.
An understanding that ideas aren't static, but fluid, like water. Be like water.
All right, OBS reconnected. Yeah, thanks. All right. Did that do it? Should start to be able to peel off some of these layers now. Nope. Okay, so there's still something wrong with our behavior where we're wiping out a whole level. I didn't disappear. Yeah, OBS for me occasionally cuts out for like a moment. Just long enough to make me nervous, but not long enough to actually affect anything. All right, so we are starting out at the maximum. Which is correct. I should probably scrutinize what these maximums are. Okay, what are we doing here? Cutaway, cumulative cutaway. Cutaway coordinates.x plus cumulative ticks.y. Cutaway extent. So the minimum is that. That's correct. The maximum is that. God, I hate allergies so much. And my coffee is cold. It's a rough morning. Alright, I probably flipped something upside down again. So the cumulative cutaway. Not equal to the cutaway coordinates. Yeah, so if it's different. The absolute chords. There's maybe something happening here. The absolute chords, absolute tile mapping. This is probably the start of a problem. So what are the chords? The chords are based on actual cell coordinates. So not real world coordinates. So maybe this is wrong-headed. Might not actually need to map this absolutely, because it's not actually relative at this point. Yeah, so this is the problem. I think. Maybe not, but that's what I think. I think we'll need to worry about that if we start using the mouse to define the cutaway coordinates. Then we'll need to worry about what level it's on. All right, here we go. Finally. We're pulling these layers apart. There's a weird offset that's happening to an extent. Oh, it's not able to go past, I see. So it's not able to go past its own minimum. Ugh. Okay, so we actually need to set the maximum and minimum for the entire level, not just each layer. I see. Oh, and then, so we actually need these cutaway coordinates to be per level, not per layer. Because the layer knows, like, here's the maximum size of the door area. Here's, like, all the doors. Yeah, so the doors are going first, and then the last door is not going because it's at the edge. So we can fix the edge thing. You want this to be a lot faster. Like 4. Okay, we're making progress. See the problem. It's interesting that the doors go by halves. Oh, is that part of the reason I was using door proxies? Because they're halves of doors? Oh, shoot. Okay. That makes some sense. All right, so we need to move some of this logic back up from the layer to the level. And the layer is like each individual tile map layer, and the level is the parent that holds all of those layers. So the parent is the one that's going to need to figure out this cutaway stuff. Yeah, let's get the initialization through here first. Go back up. Let's handle the initialization. So we need this variable. Okay, so this actually, we actually do need to keep these as an array or something. I think I'm going to go back to having these be a maximum and minimum instead of extent. I don't like that as much. I don't know. Maybe I do keep the extent. It's simpler. More of like an AOBB or whatever. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. More of like a range. I don't know. More like bounds. Or what it's like. Call it that. So this part, this for tile cell. So let's do that here. This is going to go here. We'll set this right at the top. Realize that value, cutaway bounds, and then we'll go through. Oh, we actually need this per layer, per level. Cutaway bounds, cutaway chords. Okay, great. We're getting back to this being an array. Okay. Need to track these for each. We could either track them here, or we could keep them in the layer. I don't know. Let's track them here for now. We're gonna say variable TileMapLayer index. This is quickly becoming this huge line. Fine. Guess we have to do this somewhere, or what? Say something else. We could say variable current bounds. Say level bounds. All right, here we go. So that all works, probably. And then at the bottom, we need to say, okay, we need to do it one more time, but for the whole thing. Level bounds by layer. doesn't actually need to be by layer either. This isn't an array. Neither of these are arrays. I was wrong. Those aren't arrays. All these layer bounds. So we need to do this. So for each level, we need to determine the bounds of the level, like what coordinates are highest and lowest. And we need to do it layer by layer. We'll just redo this thought process here. We check each layer against itself, and then we check each layer against the other layers in the level, sort of. Not entirely, we just keep like a running count or something like that. So at the bottom here, we do the same. We basically do the same logic as this, but once at the end. Check each tile cell, and then we check each layer. So we check each tile cell against the layer, and then we check each layer against the level. That won't get confusing ever. It's layer level system. I tried to drink my coffee again. Bottom, the level coords are level bounds, maximum extensible. I guess we gotta do it for each. Oh, wait. So no. Shift tab that out. For each child, okay, yeah, we're doing outside. We're doing outside of the scope of the children. Oh, no, we can't. And at the end, outside of the scope of the children, that's when we do one final. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Nope, this is too far in. So. Kind of an open question whether we want to keep copies of all of these different tiles. We may well. All right, now we need to change this whole increment and decrement thing. So we need to actually go back down here. So this no longer happens down here. We may or may not need a ready function. And this part, what part of this happened? This part happens here still. This part will happen higher up. here. So this is where we say level coords, or no, say cumulative coords. Level coords. Can't wait to be getting to some more exciting stuff here. I still consider myself in like refactoring hell at the moment. Coords, level bounds. Sorry, I got distracted by naming conventions. So the cumulative coords are the current level coords with the accumulated ticks. I don't love as a name. Probably call these like related, or maybe coordinate changes. Yeah, there's some channel point redemptions. They're more default ones. Hey, they're the super basic hydrate, posture check, stretch. I want to add some custom ones in here. Haven't had time. I'm gonna have sit stand because I have a standing desk that I don't use, but I'm a little concerned about the state of the cables, of the cabling. So I need to make sure that if I hit the stand on the standing desk, cables don't just start tearing out of ports. So I need to test that a little more before we can use it. But anyway, how's it going? How was your weekend, Inoma? Not used the standing desk function in a while, and I have rewired quite a bit, so I am concerned about this. But we'll probably implement that one relatively soon. And that'll be the one the main one to annoy me, because I don't have hats or anything like that I can put on. So that'll be the way to annoy me, is to make me constantly sit or stand. They're good. They're good. I don't use it. You need your drawers? Yeah, drawers. Yeah, I assume you have a lot more filing paperwork than I do. I do not hear. There is an office I have to go into every other week. And that's where I keep all the files and stuff I'm required to maintain. But I don't have to keep any of that stuff here, thankfully. All right, so what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm setting up the cumulative coordinates. Why is this not working? Probably because some of these values don't exist. Coordinate changes. We're gonna call that now. For every layer in TileMapLayer. Okay, so this doesn't happen on the layer level. This needs to happen above. Yeah, this happens outside, not in here, not in this scope. But then if, okay, let's accrued chords. I like cumulative better. So we're going to say if cumulative chords not equal to level chords. That's when we'll go through each layer and tell the layers to do their thing. Weekend was great, playing board games with a lot of strangers. Okay. I find that to be a mixed bag, just because to me, when I'm playing board games, my experience is usually very much tied to like how well I understand the other players at the table. But I'm more used to playing like role-playing games than regular board games. And for role-playing games, you definitely need to understand like the psychology of the other players. But maybe that's not. Maybe that matters less when you're just having like a board game night with like associates or strangers. That sounds cool. You probably went to a game shop, like a game or an event of some kind. Okay, I want to change this one because now we're not incrementing or decrementing cutaway coordinates anyway. We're like they like incorporate cutaway coordinate changes. Actually, that might be the filter cutaway coordinate changes. Is that maybe what we should call this? I don't know. Who cares? We have this function. Let's just use this function and we'll worry about the names later. Worst justification to not change something. Okay, chords. Take this conditional check out. Okay, this should work now. Should be more consistent. Tile cell is greater than cutaway coordinates. That seems wrong. But let's see. We're still going to have the issue where I don't think we can cut away fully. That was weird. Okay, no. So it's doing the thing that I don't want. It's by default taking... Actually, maybe we do want this. Oh, that's super weird, whatever's happening there. I'm unsure what's happening right now. I've broken something. This part still works. We haven't touched it. Yeah, that's weird. Go see what we've done. Level. We made a lot of changes to this. Layer bounds.x if layer bounds.x is less than. Okay, that all looks right. So we should be correctly determining the bounds. I think we're not necessarily playing correctly with them. We're probably not. Let's see what we're doing here on the level basis here. So we're setting the level coordinates to be that. X is the minimum. Is clamp exclusive or inclusive? It's inclusive. That's what we want. YW XZ. That's correct. There's something funky happening here. Tile.x is... Oops. Tile.x is greater than... This greater than thing I think is the mistake. I think it should be less than. No, it is greater than. There's something weird happening. Because as the cutaway goes backwards, like as it recedes... Maybe the wrong way to think about it. But as it goes backwards, we should be peeling layers off of this. But right now, it's not happening. Oh, that took out the whole chunk. Why did it do that? I didn't realize that's what that did just now. It took out way more than just one piece. So that's unusual. Maybe I am having a problem with the difference between tiles map coordinates. No, I shouldn't be, because we're operating on tile map cell coordinate values. We're not operating on like world coordinates or anything. We don't need to care about that right now. I still am pretty skeptical of this using the like joystick or whatever, or WASD QE, like WASD to like control the cutaway. I feel like the cutaway is going to be, we're going to want to control it by where the mouse is. so that when you move your mouse around and you're looking in different rooms to select something, the cutaway just handles that shit automatically. I'm honestly just implementing this version of it so that I can test it. It's kind of being kind of a pain. All right. So what is the ship interior doing? So we've kind of we've got this. So the ship interior is determining which Z index we're functioning on. This all works. And it's passing down the X and the Y coordinates. Probably be... Oh, we are checking. So we're saying either of those is not Z. What are we doing down here on the level? If cumulative chords not equal to level chords. I'm suspecting that there's some kind of issue with our boundaries that we're setting. So the X and the Y are the minimum, which is why during this check, we're setting them to the maximum possible value. These... So no matter what, let's look at a tile map. Let's grab a tile map layer. So how is this? Oh, are we maybe not even going below 0 at any point? Maybe part of the problem. I mean, somebody is. Some of these are going below 0. Maybe I should check the other layers. I've only been checking the topmost layer. Let's go down to the bottom layer and see how that behaves. Ooh, that does not behave well. Maybe there is some issue with the relative. Okay, so yeah, its boundaries are confused, is what's happening. So my boundary calculation must be wrong. Yeah, because that's causing the problem here too. It's just more noticeable. Interesting. So there's some problem here. So get the level bounds, bring this per level. Oh, we're using a TileMapLayer index here. No, wait, we don't need to use this, do we? Never mind. False flag there, red herring there. So for child and get children, if child is TileMapLayer, let's go through each one of these. Grab our TileMapLayers. Make a layer bounds. That's the bounds for this layer. Using a very large minimum and a very small maximum. For each tile, tilecell.x less than the current minimum, which it will be. Otherwise, we just keep this. Same deal here. The tile cell y coordinate is less than the layer bounds, the minimum y, which is this huge number. Otherwise, we just keep our current one. As far as I can tell, this boundary thing should be giving us the right numbers. I guess I should just check. I guess I should just like review. So let's pick a layer. Pick the topmost layer just because that's going to be the easiest one to manually check here. So, look at the walls. Oh, do I need to be doing this in pairs? Is this the problem? So I'm just grabbing the largest component. No, that should work. That should work. So it should be, so this layer, layer 4, should be -7, -11 for the minimum, and 1.5 for the maximum. How does this work? Fuck. Oh, I get it. Never mind. I understand. So it should actually be 0.4 by -7, -11. Let's see if that holds true. The remote tree. Let's look at level 4. Let's look at its. So it's -7 and -11 is correct, but 0, 0 is incorrect. Interesting. That's not right. Why is that not right? Should be counting all the way up to 4 here for this for the W. Maybe I've written something wrong somewhere. I mean, I've certainly written something wrong somewhere. Let's just see what it is. So tilecell.y if tilecell.y is greater than layerbounds.w. Almost certainly should be. Got ads in a second. Okay, I cannot yet see where this problem is. I mean, we know where the a problem is, which is that these boundaries are not being calculated correctly. Not quite sure why yet. This W is being initialized to like an incredibly small number. So it's suspicious. Oh, I'm not integrating the boundaries correctly. I'm using the same logic as I was using for this tile cell layer. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I copied something over without changing it. We need to... Layer bounds is a vector 4. Tile cell is a vector 2. So for tile cell, it makes sense that it's xy, xy. But layer bounds needs to be xy, zw. Well, that fixes that problem, which I don't think is by any means the only problem here. Oh, for real? That didn't actually solve it? It was a huge problem. Okay. Well, this is now correct, so that's good. It's still not behaving correctly. But this boundary is correct. That's good. Still jumping to 0 at one point. This is strange. Albanka, thank you for the follow. If you're caught in the ads, I'm going to thank you again in about a minute. Sorry, we're kind of doing some boring stuff here. We're trying to get a cutaway system works that will let us peer into these fairly dense tile maps that we have. We've got kind of an unusual perspective in this game, which is causing some problems because the walls are obscuring significant chunks of the area behind it. Looks so damn complex. I feel like it should be simple, but yeah, it's turning out to not be. We're taking advantage of this new TileMapLayer node that's part of Godot 4.3 beta 1 to kind of split the tile map up and we're trying to make it more manageable, but it's definitely still seeming complex. Okay, so let's do one last like audit here as far as how these layers should look. So let's get rid of these. But thank you for the follow. Thanks again. Are you doing any Godot stuff? I'm still pretty new to Godot, but we've definitely kind of jumped off the deep end here. Okay, so let's look at the hulls again, because the hulls should always give us the minimum and maximum here. So this one should be 1316 should be the maximum for this layer, and 43 should be the minimum. Should be 43 1316. Let's see if that holds true when after we actually do the calculation. -1, -1, 1316. Okay. So now we're seeing a problem with the minimum. We had a problem with the maximum. Now we're seeing a problem with the minimum. Curious. Why isn't it 13? Oh, no, it should be 16, right? It should be 1316. So 1316 is correct. -1, -1 is very much not correct for this layer. Curious. Curious. Why is that coming up with a -1, -1? Trying to learn Godot? I like it. As like a solo dev who doesn't have like a super strong basis in programming. I mean, I've done a lot of hobbyist programming, and I do a bit of programming for my day job. But it's like gaming is a whole nother beast, and it requires a very different mindset. My music died. There we go. But yeah, good luck to you. There's definitely lots of resources. Brackeys is back, which is cool. I definitely used Brackeys a lot when I was learning Unity long ago. Excited that Brachys is back doing Godot stuff. But yeah, there's lots of resources out there. All right, so now we're having a problem with the minimum. Let's go back. Why is the minimum not calculating correctly? Should I do something? Should, like, getting the tiles, should I get the tiles into a different state, maybe? I like working in tile space as much as I can. It might be easier if we get the tiles out of tile space into their actual local position space. I don't know. Not sure about that. How do we get -1, -1 on a tile map that doesn't have a -1, -1 tile? How do we even get there? Curious. See what other problems we've got. So this one should be 11, 12. Oh, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. So let's go back down here. So, no, I don't think I am. 4, 3. I was thinking maybe this was like an unusual shape. You done clear codes, 12 hours tutorial. That was helpful. Yeah. I find that's the same. That's kind of been my approach to learning this stuff. My approach to learning how to program is I almost never grasp why or how to do something until I have a reason to do it for something I'm actually working on. Like, it's one thing to like look at a tutorial for it, and I think that's good for like learning interfaces and stuff, like how to use a tool. But as far as to like how and why you would want to use certain solutions to do something, I think it's very helpful to like have a project you're working on, have a reason to be doing the thing beyond just learning it. But I don't know, everyone's kind of different in terms of what they like to learn. All right, so this one should be a weird one. This one should be... This one should be -2, -3 for the minimum. And it should be 11, 12 for the maximum. -2, -3, 11, 12. Let's see if that holds. -2, -3, 11, 12. Okay, so this one's correct. Let's check the last one. One's also a little weird. So this should be -7, -8 by 8, 8. -7, -8 by 8, 8. Okay, so all of these are now reporting the correct numbers except this first one. I wonder what there is. Maybe there's some tiles here that are like invisible. Maybe we have some invisible tiles that I'm not aware of. Seems unlikely, but technically possible. Why would it be reporting this? I don't know the extent to which this is causing our problem. I guess I should see if we're seeing... Oops, I should probably turn everything back on. Let's see if we're seeing cutaway problems at the other levels. We're definitely seeing... Oh, are we still seeing it? Yeah, we're still seeing a problem at this level. Why is that? Fascinating. Go down to this level. Yeah, okay, so we're still seeing some super weird behavior. Nope, but no errors. What's this? Oh, we're shadowing a variable here. That's not good. Get rid of this. Let's get rid of both of these. I guess we want to see where the problem is now. We want to see if it's in the visualization or in the actual... I mean, I'm still very concerned about this negative number that's showing up for this boundary that does not make sense because it doesn't exist in the tile map. Oh, we're not resetting the layer. Wait. No, we are. Okay, never mind. False alarm. Super weird. I think we're running into a problem where it really wants these to be negative numbers. So even though this minimum should be a positive number, it's not letting it be. This minimum boundary, it should be a positive number, but for some reason it's just refusing. Which is interesting. There's nowhere in any of these is a negative number. Very perplexing. How do we get this from here? Check the other layers, I guess. No, it shouldn't matter. Because these layers are empty, maybe? Is there a way to check that? What happens if get used cells returns nothing? Returns a vector 2 IRA with the position of all cells containing a tile. With the position. With the positions? I don't want the positions. Oh, I'd probably just want the get used rect, huh? I don't need to actually check all the tiles. That might give us better behavior. We'll get used rect. Give me, though. As far as, like, what space it's going to be in. I should just use this by itself. Top left corner. Top left corner. How do I square that with the Godot coordinate system? I guess it's just like the most negative. Top left. Okay. Let's just see what I get if I call that. Get used rect. I haven't really used that much. Print child.get used rect. See if I get world coordinates. Or if I get cell coordinates. Five, 4, 8, 12. 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 10, 14. 0, 0. I see. 0, 0. Okay, so maybe I'm having some issues with that. No, that should be fine. But this is giving me what I want, I think. 4, 3, 10, 14. Let's see. Compare that with... 4, 3, 10, 14. That should be equivalent of looking at the hull plates here. 4, 3. 10. 10, huh? That's also not giving me the right thing, though. Should be giving me 13, 16. There's some conversion here happening that I don't understand. Or maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Maybe I'm just presuming that I know what I'm looking at here. Very possibly not true. like leaning off the screen here. Okay, well, this is perplexing. I'm getting very different numbers from getUseDirect. Maybe it has something to do with the offset I'm using here. It has something to do with the position of the tile map. Shouldn't, but it might. Add a little bit more to this print information. Print file dot name. Oh, let's say print our name. Make sure I'm looking at the right thing. So for ship level 1, yeah, okay. 1014, huh? Maybe I don't understand. We get the right number if we add position to size. Maybe that's what we need to do. Oh, we're not getting the end. Let's get the end. Use direct get end. Get the end. Let's see what that is. Maybe that's the number we want. Ship level 1, deck plates, 1316. Hull plates, 1417. Might be it. Yeah, maybe that's our problem, is we weren't looking at this correctly. It's like a little farther than I want. Maybe not. Maybe it's exactly what I want. In which case we can just start working with the rect and not doing all of this nonsense with the boundaries. Let's change this vector 4i and let's make it a rect 2i. It's like the right way to do it. Clear all this stuff. Let's try this a different way. Let's say I won't need to iterate through the whole tile set. All I'll do, let's get the layers rect. Variable layer bounds is going to be child.get used rect. Okay, now we gotta Frankenstein it a little bit, because now we gotta build a bigger rect from all of these. Maybe there's a function in here that we can do. Let's see. Say expand. We say grow. Say grow individual, grow side. That's cool. Merge. We could say merge. What does merge do? Turns a rect 2i that encloses both this rectangle and B around the edges. See, also encloses. Okay, okay. This is cool. might work. Might be a lot simpler. So we can just say if our current bound does not enclose the other one, we will merge them. It's pretty rad. Okay, let's do that. Let's actually not, let's say this. Let's say level bounds. I'm a little concerned about the default. We still need some default value to get started, to kickstart. Could say null maybe, I don't know. Wonder how it deals with negative values for size are not supported. Yeah, correct. Fine. Okay, in a Boolean context, a rect2 evaluates to false if both the position and size are 0, equal to vector 2i is 0. So can I construct... Okay, if I construct a default rect, it won't get confused because the size is 0. Okay, cool. Cool. Tight. So let's say, yeah, layer bounds is the child that get used rect. And then we're going to say level bounds. Actually, we don't even need to declare this. We can just say, let's hide you for now. Oops. Be the end of here. Go. Let me say level bounds. So if level bounds, so if not level bounds dot encloses child dot get rect used rect. So if we don't enclose this rect, then we will say level bounds dot merge child dot get used rect. It could be just simpler and safer to just, not safer, but you know, it could be simpler to just say the merge, to do the merge anyway. I would need to know more about how this works. But let's just do it that way. Seems like the better way. Cool. So if not level bounds dot encloses child to get used rect. Level bounds dot merge child get used rect. Well, let's do it this way. Layer bounds and merge layer bounds. And then level coordinates is going to be, it can just be level bounds dot end. The rect2 class looks very helpful. I was doing this a way stupider way. That should just work now. Kind of cool. Let's just see if I can use it correctly is the real question. So we want to clamp. Wonder if what else there is we can do with a rect2i. Let's just see. Has point. There's a has point. That's pretty cool. Points on the right and bottom edges are not included. What does that mean? The right and the bottom edges should represent the end, right? Yeah, right? By convention, what are you talking about? I don't understand that one, so I'm not going to use it because I don't understand that function. Thought we couldn't make a rect with the negative size, and yet it's telling me what happens if I have one. Weird. Super weird. Intersects. Okay, well, let's do it this way. Let's say the cumulative chords. Let's just clamp it because that seems like better. Let's just say level bounds dot end dot x dot end dot, oh, not end. Let's say dot position dot x. Probably a better way to do this. Level bounds dot position and dot dot x. Should work. Probably a better way to do that. But I'm a little concerned about how that stuff works. This stuff visible again. This print. Oh, this. Yeah, well, now nothing's happening, which I don't know if that's an improvement or not. It's not broken, but it's also not doing anything. Let's scrutinize some of these numbers, I guess. So what did we say? So this one we'd expect 4.3 and something like 13.16. So let's run this. Let's scrutinize the remote tree. Okay, so this is, we're just getting zeros for the level bounds. So it is not behaving the way I would have expected it to. Let's see. Kind of confused by the Rect2i documentation. It's like, up here it makes me think that it should work the way I'm using it, because it's saying something like, it's told me something about the way it evaluates. Where did it say that? Or the way that it evaluates an empty... Oh, it was up here. In a Boolean context, a Rect2i evaluates to false if both position and size are 0. Otherwise, it always evaluates to true. In a Boolean context. Does that mean any comparison I make, like, encloses, should return false? Is that like any comparison, or is that like a type comparison? Like the equivalent of like a null check sort of thing? This is a weird one. This is a weird one, but it seems cool. It seems powerful. Maybe I'll just try merging them without the check and see what that does. Let's just try it doing this. See what we get from this. Zeros. Nothing but zeros. Okay, so something's a little weird here. I guess we need to do a check for null. You just say something like if layer bounds dot has area and well, say if layer bounds has area, then let's say if not level bounds dot encloses. Maybe the merge doesn't work if the one you're merging from is empty. I don't know. Let's see what we get now. Still get nothing. Okay. Why is that? Print these for sanity. Yeah, these mostly have areas. That's cool. So we're getting rid of the ones that don't. So we are merging, supposedly. Why do we end up with an empty? It says we're merging. Yeah, maybe I don't understand how this rect2i works. I mean, I clearly don't, but it says this is triggering. Level bounds dot print level bounds. I think I need another conditional that's like, if level bounds is 0, do something. Yeah, do something else. Let's say if level bounds dot has area, do this. Else, we'll just say level bounds is layer bounds. Let's see if that gives us something. All right, that gave us something. Still not getting numbers that I'm expecting. But I'm getting closer. I'm getting close. The start is still suspicious to me. This 5-4 start is a little weird. I expect it to be 4-3. Not 5-4. Like there's an off by 1 error from what I'm expecting and what I'm seeing. Yeah, like there's a 4-3 here. And we aren't getting that. We actually aren't getting this 4-3 to 10-14. Maybe I don't understand merge. Oh, we're out of time. Oh well. Super weird. We'll pick this back up again tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure this out. Maybe I'll read more about Rec2i and look at maybe a tutorial or something. But I'm hopeful we'll figure this out. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I gotta run. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you next time.